Mm. Hello, everyone. My name is Julie Vaillancourt. I'm one of the Rocky View School's literacy specialists.
And I'm Vanessa Lanou, speech language pathologist.
Today, we're going to talk to you about why using a sound wall in your class. So, Vanessa, you take it from here.
So first, I just want to talk a little bit about phonemes versus graphemes. A phoneme is simply a unit of speech sound. It's a sound that we make when we're talking. So, and sh. Those are all examples of phonemes. Whereas a grapheme is a letter. It's a symbol that then represents a sound. So next, here's an example of a consonant sound wall. And if you look in the playlist, you'll see that Julie and I recorded a previous video called What is a Sound Wall? And you should definitely watch it. And the reason why we like using sound walls is because it meets kids where they are at. When children are learning language, their brains are hardwired for sounds and speech and oral language. Our brains are not hardwired to understand print. That's something that comes a lot later. So a sound wall meets kids where they're at because it starts with the sounds of language. And it doesn't necessarily go immediately to print, to graphemes, which is what a word wall tends to do. So to illustrate this example, I'm just going to imagine this. One of your students has a great weekend. They talk to grandma on the phone for like an hour. And Monday morning, they're writing in their journal about what they did, and they get to the word phone, and they're not sure how to spell it. So they go up to the word wall that you might have in the classroom, and they're sounding out the word to themselves, phone. And so maybe they have enough knowledge to know that phone starts with the grapheme F. And so they go to the word wall and they look under F, and they're looking and looking, and of course, phone is not there, because the grapheme that phone starts with is a P, and that doesn't necessarily match the idea of. So word walls can be confusing for some children, for a lot of children, I think.
Yes. Well, and especially with our struggling readers, right? Like, or as you said, students who are beginning to read. The confusion is many teachers have those alphabet chart. Exactly to your example with the word phone, like on that alphabet chart, we've got the word apple under the letter A, under the grapheme A. As a student says apple, apple, but then let's say the next time in his journal is trying to write something like, what is your age? Well, age and apple don't sound the same. So if I'm saying, oh yeah, go to the alphabet chart. Remember, age is like the letter A, apple. Like the reference letter that the students is using is definitely confusing. Same with the letter E, eagle and elephant. Don't sound the same, but on that alphabet chart, often we only show one letter, right? Like one word. So that reference word can create lots of confusion. Another thing that we often see in classrooms are word wall, like you can see on the other pictures. Word wall are fantastic, but might not be the starting point to use with our beginning readers. One thing with word wall, often they are plastered. And I know teachers in September like to get their classroom organized. So they go in the summer and get their word wall ready. It's very confusing. Students, when there's too many words, they don't know which word to access. So whenever you're building a word wall in your class, this is something that should be built, and it should almost become like a living document where when you're coming across an interesting word, you will go and put it, but you may start removing some words that students are already mastering. So be careful with like if you have a word wall, make sure that you also have a sound wall. Or another good example of a word wall could be when you want to build that academic, that vocabulary with your students, where you may have a word wall per unit, per concept that you're teaching. So you're trying to have some words like this in science, if you're doing a unit on animal and plants, and then on the back of those words, you could have the description and a picture of associated with each word. So there's different things, but I guess what we're trying to say today is that a sound wall is something that is very important to have in your class, and it's a foundation to provide that strong phonological awareness for your students. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully this has helped you understanding how to use a sound wall in your class. Thank you.
Bye.